This is everything I wish I knew about Pico 8 when I first got started in less than 5 minutes. First thing is that there is an education edition of Pico 8. Go to pico8edu.com and you can use Pico 8 for free, which is perfect if you're just learning. You don't even have to buy Pico 8. There are 5 tabs in Pico 8: the code editor, sprite editor, map editor, sound editor, and music tracker. Every game made in Pico 8 is built on 3 main functions. Those are init, update, and draw. Init is called once at the very beginning when you run your game. Update is called once a frame, and draw is called once a frame after update. All the code for your game lives inside of one of these 3 functions. Init is where you set variables. Update is where you do calculations. And draw is where you make visual stuff. All of the logic within your game has to live in here. If you want to put a sprite on the screen, you do that with code like SPR, and then the sprite number. So let's say 1, the X location. So let's just say 63, and the Y location, let's say 63 again. That's going to put a sprite roughly in the middle of the screen, and it's going to use sprite 1. Our sprites are in this second tab. Here we have the number of the sprites, and we can select which sprite we want. So we'll select sprite 1, and let's just make a blue circle and fill it in. This is going to be sprite 1. You can draw any kind of pixel art here. Every sprite is 8 by 8. And so if I hit Control S and then Control R, I can save and run this. Oops, forgot the 2 parentheses there. Save, run. And now that puts my sprite right here in the middle. Now we still see all of these words because we haven't cleared the screen. I'll hit escape twice, and let's tell it to clear the screen each frame. CLS, 2 parentheses, just like that. Save, run. And now we have our sprite in the middle of our screen. To make a sprite move, we take this X location and Y location and replace it with a variable that we're going to update when we press buttons. So the first thing we got to do is set a variable. So let's say XLOC for X location equals 63. Then we'll also make one called YLOC equals 63. Those are our variables. We can switch these out now. XLOC, YLOC, save, run. And it looks exactly the same. Now it's using that 63 where this variable goes. To update the variables, we're going to put that in our update function, and we're going to test every frame if we're pressing a button. So we start with if button, BTN like this, and then in parentheses, we put the button. There are shortcuts to put in a little icon for your button instead of trying to remember the code for it. I can hit Shift R for right, and that makes a little right arrow emoji there. If I hit the right button, do something. Let's take this X location, copy, paste, equals X location plus 1. Then we got to make sure we type end to end this if statement. Save, run. Now when I hit the right button on the keyboard, my sprite moves to the right. You can do a similar thing with the other buttons. I like to do an else, if button, Shift L for left emoji. Then let's do X location equals X location minus 1. Save, run. Now we can move this back and forth. We can do the same thing for up and down. Let's just copy and paste this. Control C, enter a couple times, Control V. And instead of to the right, we're going to go Shift U for up. And for left, we'll say Shift D for down. Up is actually -1 on the Y location. There we go. And down is +1 on the Y location. Okay, save, run. Now we can go up and down, left and right. Perfect. So now we have a moving sprite that reacts to when we hit buttons. This is setting up the basic controls for a game in Pico 8. And this should get you started very nicely. If you want to dive deeper into Pico 8, I have a totally free course right there.